All right, what's going on, family? This is Paul McMillan II, and welcome to another live New York session. So we're going to actually do it on NAS100. But before we do that, we're going to actually check the news and figure out what's going on. That way we can get an idea of what currency is going to be under some major news. Looks like there are no currencies under major news, so that's nice. Okay, not bad. So we're going to go ahead and get started. So what we're going to actually do is we're going to actually start on the 15-minute time frame. We're going to go all the way to the 4-hour time frame as far as marking up support, resistance, and market structure based off supply and demand zones. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to scroll all the way down to the beginning. Try to go back as far as we can. Then I'm going to put a vertical line. Then we want to start marking up support and resistance. All right. This is as far back as we can go. So we'll take a vertical line. Mark that. Now we're going to start marking up our support and resistance. So we're going to start from top to bottom. As we can see, you see there, this is the lowest low here. So we're going to actually place the horizontal line right here. Then we're going to look at the very next one. We actually turn this off so we can see. All right. So then the very next one, I can actually see. Let's see. Up here, we saw some wick action here. Boom, went down. Then I see very next wick action. I can see up here. Boom, it goes down. A lot of wick action up here. So that's close enough. Then we see some wick action here, which made price drop here. So we can put that. Now we're going to draw our zones based off of that from the body to the wick. Stretch those zones out. So let's see. So now I'm going to change the coordinates of these zones real quick here. Light yellow. I'll just leave them where they are. Right, so have all these zones marked up to this point. All right. Oops. Now I got that drawn up. All right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to try to get these down here. Then we're going to switch to the 1 hour. Okay. So I could say from even this point here, see some wick action right around here. See a little wick action here. I could raise this up to actually up here with a wick action here. And then down here. So these are all my drama zones here. So we've drawn them drawn all these zones so far in this time frame. So let's go to the 30 now. We'll go all the way back to where we drew. This is what we drew so far. There's the vertical line where we started. So now we're going to actually go to up here. So I'm going to actually mark this up. All right, so we marked all this up. So now we're going to pick a different color zone. So now I want to be picking clear and green zones. These going to represent the 30-minute supply and demand zones. Okay. Mark all this up. Give me a few minutes, guys. Shoot, I might even just, honestly, I might even erase this zone. This might make it too cluttered. Yeah, let's do that. man. So now we marked up on the 30-minute. So now we're going to go to the 1 hour. And we pretty much going to do the same thing. And as you can see, this is where current price is at now. And this is what we're looking at. So now I'm going to mark all of this up here. Just real quick. Going to zoom in just a little bit more. Put one there. A bunch of wicks there. And we'll just put one all the way to the top. And so then with this one, I'm going to make this red. We're going to go to the 4 hour, see what we can mark up. Then if there's nothing else to mark up, then we're going to go back to the 15-minute and figure out where price is at. And we'll also these zones we drawn. So now when we did that, let's go to the 4 hour. And really, when you think about it, I mean, current price is here. We could mark up these at the bottom, but that's past the vertical line. So we'd have marked up everything. So when we do look at this, we can kind of see exactly where price is interacting with these zones easily. So if I wanted to trade the 4 hour, I probably will wait for this candle to cross this zone, close below, and then probably sell to this next zone or maybe to this zone here. So I probably would erase this, but you kind of get the idea. But of course, if I want to trade at the 15-minute, then I will leave the zones where they are. So let's go back to the 15-minute. Now we kind of see exactly where price lays here. Okay. So now the very next thing we want to do is just figure out exactly where this price lay when it comes to support and resistance. Now, at this point, we can clearly see, just a little bit. So we can kind of see that price is in a downtrend. We can clearly see that. But price is resting up on this zone. I want to embrace this zone and make this zone a lot thinner. Going to be we'll make this one a lot thicker, thinner, excuse me. So now we save this. So now we see that price is trending down. Question is, the $1 million question is it going to break this zone, retest and go down? That's what we want to wait for. Or is it going to test this zone as support and start to trend back up? Looking at the RSI, price is neither oversold or overbought. So it has the tendency to either push down, possibly until this next zone to be considered overbought, oversold, or it has a tendency to retest this and go up. So that's going to be the $1 million question. But at this point, price was trending down, so we can actually see that, okay? Let's put a trend line here. Now, I'm going to go ahead and whip out my Fibonacci, figure out exactly what the price do so far, all the way to the most recent low here. And so price did retest the 2360, retested the 3820 previously, and previously retested at 50% and made price go down, and then previously retested at 6180, which made price go down. So price still may actually have the ability to trend down more, maybe, before it's considered overbought. And it looks like it's forming a very strong bearish engulfing candle. So then what I'm going to actually do is, at this point, I'm going to put this all the way up here. I'm going to turn on my high and low risk strategy indicator and turn on my support or resistance. And I want to set my X factor lines, and that way I can get confirmation. So you see support here. We want to see if price is going to break past this, which really means break past this zone. There's a wick here. There's a wick here, so we don't know if that means that price is going to trend up or trend down. So we already have a line here. So I want to actually raise this line and put it right here. So it's going to be my X factor sell. Grab something here. Hold on. So you swipe steady up. So copy as well. Market execute now. 1 bar per close. So this is going to alert me when price has closed below this here. We're going to name this horizontal line the X factor, and this is going to be the sell. Then save this. So that's going to be my confirmation to sell. Price closes below this. Then my next confirmation to actually buy up will be, I want to say this next resistance here. So price crosses this support here and go down, I'm jumping in. If price crosses this next resistance, which I see it here, so we're going to put horizontal line on the body of the wick here, matching this resistance. And we're going to buy up. So let me put another swipe here. Yes. And now I'm about to set the alert for that crossing up. One bar per close on that one. So we set those. So now I'm seeing a huge wick action here. That's why I'm kind of looking to see, is this a signal that price is buying up or is it going down? We see, it looks like a doji candle at this point. So that lets us know that we need to actually sit on our hands and wait to see what price is going to do next. We don't need to do anything. So that's how we're going to do it. So what we're going to do is we're going to wait to see which way price crosses. and then we're going to make our move. And so once price closes below this, and basically I'm going to my risk to reward tool and just figure out, and just jump in. Then the stop loss, the entry, all that stuff, and just do market execution or buy, stop and get in as soon as possible. So what I'm going to do is actually pause this recording. I'm going to watch this candle, see which way this candle goes. Simple as that. So I want to pause this recording. Let's see, we got until 6 minutes until the next candle closes below. So we'll see what happens. Now, the crazy thing is, I'll take this fib. If I go from the most recent high to the most recent low, price rejected the 2360 here. So may have some juice to still go down, but I'm gonna wait for confirmation. All right. So I'll resume this recording to see where price is at in about 6 minutes. I'll be right back. Just to give you guys an update, I just turned on my Delorian indicator. Basically, the way it works is if the red EMA crosses, the yellow EMA crosses, if the yellow EMA crosses the red EMA and it's below blue EMA and all these other EMAs, that means a sniper. And that's why price look like it's still pushing down because you see yellow is sticking out. So this is actually confirmation that price probably is going to be selling. So I want to see what the next candle is going to do across this zone here. And if it breaks through that, then I'm jumping in. So we got about 4 minutes. So be right back. So to give you an update, looks like this bullish candle closed above this bullish pin bar. This may be a sign that a swing low is forming. So what I'm going to do at this point is kind of adjust. Because there was a big giant wick resisting this as support. So this may be a sign that price is reversing, which kind of makes sense to me. If that's the case, then we actually need to wait for this yellow EMA to cross over this red EMA, and that'll be our sniper entry. And that's one of the reasons why I actually draw this X factor line here, because it'll actually cross over kind of like resistance here. You can see this blue here. So let's wait and see. When the price starts to buy up and get closer and closer up to here, then I'll probably pull out my risk to reward tool and prepare for a buy. And then once the opportunity proceeds itself, then we'll jump in for an entry. Right back. All right, so to give you guys an update, it looks like that price is starting to buy up. We can see it on the RSI. It looks like it's pushing up here, but we need to see if it's going to pass this resistance here as well. But what I'm probably going to do is I'm going to wait for another 7 minutes to see if price passes this resistance zone here. And if so, then I'm going to probably place my reward tool and start preparing to buy. So that way, when the yellow EMA crosses back up past the red EMA this way and retest and goes up, then I'll be ready to jump into a trade. But I'm going to have to wait and see if price will even pass this point, because if not, and the next candle closes below and starts to push down, then it may start to sell. So we have to just actually wait for extra confirmation. So we'll see. Be right back. Looks like this thing is about to buy up and is really pushing up, and it just passed this resistance. So I'm going to take out my risk to reward tool, and I'm going to actually put my stop loss here, my entry right here, get at least risk to reward of 1. planning my take profit levels. So I'm going to say that there's probably at least 20 pips in NAS. So I'm just going to put that. Then I want to put my stop loss. So I'm just prepared for this just in case the price starts popping up and we can jump in. If not, the price starts going the other way, then we know what to do. We just sell on that banker's candle. That forms. So this is going to be take profit 1, and I'm probably going to shoot all the way up to this second level here. And this is probably going to be 40 pips worth of NAS. Right. I did my stop loss. So now I'm going to actually matter of fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this horizontal line out. Well, I don't necessarily have to do that. Yeah, I already have a say, so I already got my entry line here. So then I'm going to go ahead and put on my stop loss and take profit just in case. But let me share my phone screen. That way we're prepared. We probably got to do this. Stop plug. Guys. All right, so I'm going to choose NAS100. I'm going to do a buy stop, more than likely. So the entry price is going to be 147, 36, 15. Stop is going to be 147.15.8. Take profit 147.74.6. So then when the time is right, then I'm going to actually, matter of fact, I'm probably going to go ahead and just place this pending order. So that way, if price closes above or hits it, then we'll be in the trade. I might actually just go ahead and do a market execution. Let's do that instead. I've got a couple of reasons for it. 147.15.8, that's the stop. And then 14774, 14774.6. And then I'm basically going to leave that there. And then we're going to see if the price gets to that point of close above, then we'll market execute, right? At this point, we see prices kind of pulling back a little bit. So we'll see what it does. Now, if it starts to sell down and push down, then it may be time to buy. So we'll see. We'll see. We want to wait for the next candle to close above. We got about 14 minutes. We'll see what the next candle does and see if it pushes up. But if it starts to push down, the form of banker's candle, and then let's say it gets to this point, then I might just go ahead and sell it because a banker's candle is strong. But we'll see. So I'm going to pause this recording. We'll see where we're at. All right, so price is moving close to this here. So I'm waiting for the yellow EMA to cross the red. And if it does that, then it's game time. The next candle is going to close in 12 minutes. So let's see what happens. Might be buying up. So if that's the case, then I'm going to officially draw a trend line here. And of course, raise this one. We'll see. So let's wait for another 12 minutes. Be right back. All right, so price crossed over. It didn't close above, but I went on ahead and just put in the buy. We'll see what happens. It's pushing up. I probably should have waited, but we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Probably should have waited on my entry, but we'll see. So once I start getting into profit, I'm going to share my phone screen and see where we're at. So be right back. All right, as you can see, I'm in profit. So I'm going to close my first partial trade when I reach at least, see, $250. 256, first partial trade closed. So as you can see, I made $256 just off of this already. All right, so bam, right there. Now my first, second partial trade is still going. We can see it, I'm in $12 in profit. So that was a good entry. Now, I'm gonna share my main screen to see where price is at. And you can see how price shot up. It looks like we're about to hit our first take profit. Got to set an alarm for this. Let me do that real quick here. Well, we hit our first take profit. So see that? Price officially hit it and passed it. So $19 in profit. So bam, 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 bam. So my goal is to make at least $250 or a day or more in NAS. Because if you do that type of math, I want to show you guys this real quick. $250 in NAS, times that by 5 days, times that by 4 weeks, $5 grand. So that's very good money. So let's go back to the chart. We smashed our take profit, first take profit on this. So we might be hitting our first resistance possibly at this point. Let's see, maybe we got a resistance here. Yeah, we kind of hit resistance right here because we see an order block here. So what we're going to do is, since we made our profits, I'm going to go ahead and close my first partial trade. And then we're just going to end this session because we made some good money off of this. Try to zoom in so you guys can see what we did. There we go. So now, pull this up. So I'm going to go ahead and close my second partial trade. Still $12 in profit, so I'm going to go ahead and close this. So we made an additional $13. So let's add that up. So let's see. Share the calculator here. Hold on. $256 plus say 13. $269 profit for the day. That's not bad. Not bad at all. Right? So we were successful in this session. And the funny thing about it is the yellow EMA hasn't even crossed the red EMA yet. So it's about to. So just imagine if it crosses over and price continues to go up. So I'm going to check this. I'm going to check later and see if price does shoot up, see what happens. But we were successful in this trade and we actually did a good job. We saw that price did trend down, but ultimately when it gets this support and formed a swing low here, and we jumped in for a very good engulfing candle and made some money. This trend line. Now price is officially trending up. You can see that. Might change the thickness of this thing. There we go. All right, and we hit our first take profit on top of that. So we did good. All right, guys. So that's this New York session. See you in the next one. Take care.